Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second or third class of our assignment. Anyway, and last time we do addition of students, viewing of students, modifying of students, and today we are going to look at option 4, 5, and 6. That is in deleting of a student record, searching of the student record, and saving the record to a text file. So let's add the options. Option for delete student record. Uh, search student record, and the third one is set student record. Option 4, 5, option 6. So now our exit will be 7. So let's go and change. Yeah, yes. So before here is 4. Now since we are changing it and to 7, since we add other options, we are changing it to 7. So before, okay, if you want to delete a student record, that is option 4, we have to provide the um before then we have to check if we have records in our container. So if student is null, let's provide two options, or student count is equals to 0. Oh, C is case sensitive, so small letter is not the same as big letter. This option I think is must in any, if it's a conditional statement, is must in any. So even 3, which is modified student record, we have to check if we have, if this thing is, our container is empty or not. Okay, better this way. Yes, before we even, if you want to modify student record, we have to even know student records found. So if we want to delete student, the program will first check if we have a record. So if student is equal to 0 and student count is equal to 0, that means we don't have any student, any record. Else, yep. else we will now ask for the roll number of the students. So we'll go ahead and say enter student roll number as student. Enter student roll number. We have to declare the roll number roll. Okay, roll number. So this roll now program the roll number we're going to provide, we have to make a temporary holder for it so that the program will now capture what we provide and compare with what is inside our container if the program exists. So we are now going to look through our container, through our struct to see if the um, roll number we provided match any of the records. If it's matched, then else. If the roll number, this one that we provide, is equal to student I dot roll number, if I goes through the hours, and I believe everybody knows and understand how for loops work. So I will start from 0. Our array, we all know that is it is index start as 0. So I will start at 0. It's just like the serial number of what is inside um our container. So if student exists, student with this roll number exists, then we now have we will now do another loop. This I goes into our container A to Z from 0 to the last and to the last record. The reason why is I is equal to 0 to I is less than student count. If we have 5 records in our uh, container, student count will be equal to 5. But the actual count inside our array starts from 0. So if student count is equal to 5, that means we have 5 records. But inside our array, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fifth record will have a 4 as as the record serial number. So I has to be less than count because our array starts from 0. So if the if the roll number we provide is equal to student I dot roll number, that which means if we have a matching record with this roll number we provide, then we are now going to do another loop that will start from this I. If it is in record 2, then the loop will start from 2. Now, the reason for that is, let me see, the reason for that is if we have A record in our array, we have B record, we have C, we have D, we also have E. Now, if we want to search the record inside, we have I will start from 0. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So student count, S count is equals to 5, but actual data in our array stopped at 4. So I is equals to 0 to student count to I is equals to I is less than student count. I is equals to 0 to I less than student count, and 4 is less than student count. So this I will look at each record. Each record, it will go from 0 to the uh, to the from the first record to the last record. Now, if let's say the row number matches record C, so we'll now have to implement another loop that will start from C. We don't have business with A, we don't have business with B. Why? The reason, because if you want to delete something in an array, the way a deletion in array works is, let's say we found out we want to delete record C, then to delete this record, you now have to say this record is equals to B. So you end up with having B, sorry, we will not have C again, we have D, we'll have another D, because we say, okay, C, you are equals to D. So we have 2D, then we have E. The second loop we are is the one that will do this duplication. It will start from C and say, okay, C, you are equals to D, D, you are equals to E. Then the second array will be A, B, D, E, E. So you see, now we don't have C anymore. Then after this, we'll then allocate new memory to our um container. So we'll have A, B, D, E. We'll eliminate this. So the new memory allocation, let's say this is, as I say, 40 kilobyte. 40 kilobyte, then we have 5 records. So 40 kilobytes times 5 is equals to 200 KB. Now we are going to reallocate another memory that will remove this record, the last record. So we are going to say the new memory of this container for students will be equals to 40 KB times 4, because we want to eliminate this last record, times 4, which is equals to 160 KB. So it will eliminate the last record. Let me give another example again. Okay, let's say this is our stroke, like this. Okay, now if we want to delete this, let's say this is E, let's say this is A, this is B, this is C, this is E, and this is also E. But we don't need this E, so it will now do like this. Okay, the new memory allocation is 160 KB. It will automatically remove this last record. So it would automatically delete the last record by reallocating new memory. So let's continue. So now we now have to do another for loop that will start from where we found our our student record. So we'll say that this thing, no, this is error. For int j is equals to I, j is less than student count, is less than student count minus 1, j plus plus. uh, int student count. What is this now? Mm, oh gosh, now for me this is not comma. This semicolon. So J will start at the position of I, where we found our records. Here, that means J will start. Let's say we found our roll number we provide match record C. So I will and J will start at here. Then student J, the student you found, it will now start doing this duplicate. Here, then C are equals to B, so we have 2D. D are equals to E, we have 2E. So student J is equal to student J plus 1. If you have this is number 2, if you say 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, and 3 is D. Therefore, we have 3, 3 here. If you assign and if you change the number of the position of array, okay, this is 2, you change it to 3. All the data that is in here will now be here. So we don't have the data of here anymore because we copy everything from here to here. So J will now start doing that from this I. It will now start and doing that copy or duplication until it reaches the in the end. So now student count minus minus. The reason why we are not going to minus the student count is because we want to eliminate that last record. We want to eliminate this record by resizing the the container from 200 KB to 160 KB. So it will automatically discard this last 40 KB. So we'll now say, okay, student is equals to realloc student we are given a new size of this of the student count times size of student. The size of student initially is 40 KB per student. Now student count, if student count is equals to 5, student count minus minus will give us 4. So the new student and the new memory of the of student will now be 4 times 40 KB. Yeah, well, the new size will be 4 times 40 KB, and that will give us 160 KB, right? Yes. Print F will now say, okay, the student and student records of not updated, deleted successfully, records successfully. So let's build the project and run it to see. I pray we will not have any error. Uh, 7,760. Let's view. We have one record. Let's add another record. 8,000 mark 80. So we now have two student record, Joel and Adam, Joel and Siama. So let's see if we want to delete Siama. Enter the roll number of Siama, 8,000. Student record not found. Student record of the deleted successfully. So okay, I must have misplaced this message. But let's view our record now. So now our record we have only 12 online. Before that we have two records because we deleted one record now. So let's see why student records is not if is equals to this. But we don't have any problem now. If else, hmm, oh, oh, this is not where this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be if student else. Yeah, we already have this here. So if this is equals to 0, then it will print this. Oh yeah, let's run the program again and see. Let's delete S99, S99. Student records updated deleted successfully. Yes. So we can now delete records successfully. Now we are going for option 5, which is search student record. So if we want to search student record, first the program will have to check if student count is, if we don't have record, I mean no student record found. We will check our container and see if we have record. If we don't have, uh, if this if we don't have any record, it will just throw this message. While if we have, we have to provide the enter student roll number that we want to search I believe we all know, we all pass this level. I don't need to start a explanation. So we have int role. This role is this roll number that we provide. We scan it and store it. Getcha to eliminate the remaining character. Then we are now going to loop through our through the container. So if the raw number we provide is exists, if the raw number we provide exists, then we'll start printing. We'll print. Uh, Let me just copy from here, since this is the same thing here. It is the same thing here. This is the header. This is the header. Yes, this is the header when displaying records. So now display the header, then display this also. Yes, Control C. No, yes, student name will be student I dot student name. Let me just do it in a new line, comma, student I dot roll number, comma, student I dot max roll number max. Then we are now going to use ternary operation to for status. Now the way this ternary operation work is, you can go and search about it. Open bracket condition. What is the condition you are going to give? Then question mark, then true. The first statement, if the first statement is true and the second one is false. False. So if the condition here you provide is true, then the first statement you print here will display. If it is false, it will display here. So we just add the feature of after displaying the student name, roll number, and marks, we want to add a status that the student failed or passed. So if the student mark is greater than 40, then the first statement pass will return. While if the student failed, and if the mark is less than 40, then the second statement will return. I don't know if I added it here also. Yes, we do that in our last class. So let's run the program and see. And students 7,000, mark is 70. The second student, and add another record, by 1,000, and mark is 80. So we now have two records. So and you see we have the status of pass. let's add another student that I mean that fair. Okay, say about 9,000 and marks of 30. So if we view our record, we see that okay, Musa, that ternary operation determines the status. So let's say we want to search Musa. In the case like you have 1,000 record, cannot just go through the record. You can just so go ahead and search. So let's say option 5, we want to search. We want student with a roll number 990. See, I did not add. Why there is no arrow? Oh, we have to add if roll number if roll is equal to student I dot roll number, then this, else we do not add that. So but let's search. We have to add a message. We have to add message that if this condition is not true, it will tell us that student with this roll number does not exist. But now let us search a student that exists. So 9,000. So we have Musa. Error. The reason why it display Musa only is because here student roll number is not string, is D. Marks is also D, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7 character is okay. So I did not pass the this incorrectly, so that's why the program does terminate. 1. So we now have two records, one pass, one fail. So let's say we want to delete Sansa. We're now going to, I don't know even provide, okay. I should have add the error message if this condition is not true. So let's search for Sansa 9. So we now have the record only. We can go ahead and search for 8,000. 8,000. We now have the first record. So in case you have thousands of records, you can just search by the roll number. So let's just add this, that if uh, let's else int f student record not found. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, or let's say student with percentage D with roll number not found, comma roll. Yes. So let's try searching record when we don't have any record in our database. 5. No student record found. Let's add one record to the marks 70. So we now have one record. So let's try searching. Let's say we provide 70 as roll number. Told us a student with roll number 70 not found. So we can now delete. Let's go ahead and delete this. Delete 8000. Student record deleted successfully. If we try to view, no student record found. Good. So the next thing we are going to do is save the records. If you run this program, it is going to run on your RAM. So the moment you terminate the program, all the data will be erased from the RAM. So you have to, if you, sorry, you have to save the records if you want to use it. As if you add 1000 records and you do not save it, it will, um, you will lose it. You will lose you will end up not having anything. So option 6, option 6, as usual, the program will check if we have records or not. If student is equal to 0, student count is equal to 0, then we don't have any record. Else, now we have to use a function called file and a pointer. File will now name our pointer. The pointer will point where our program will open and the student text. Now this student text is a file that will save our container record inside. If this file try to open this student and it does not exist, it will automatically create empty file with this name student.txt. And the mode for now we are writing to our disk. We are not reading, we are writing since we are saving from the program to our memory. So we are writing. If file is equals to none, that means if if this student.txt fails to open, or if it encounters any error while opening this, it will throw this file could not be opened. Else we will now start writing our how am I going to say it? We'll first look through our container to capture all the record that is inside there. Then we will now start writing. As you can see, I said the mode of this our file is to write. We'll start writing everything that is inside our container to this text file. So we'll say file print to file and printf. Location is file, comma this. We are going to copy all this, the header, file, comma this. Now we'll start writing the header of our no, this this is supposed to be outside. This is supposed to be outside. then all this again inside. The thing is somehow confusing, but this time around is going to be student I dot, the first one is student name, comma, student I dot roll number, comma, student I dot dot roll number. Okay, let me just put everything in new line. This way is better. Comma. So we are saving the records into our file called student text. If we are saving or exporting from our container to this file, this function with a pointer file will try to open this file name student text. If it does not exist, it will automatically create it, and the mode is writing. That means we are writing to the file from our container to this file. If it fails to open this, it will throw this message. Else, we'll now start writing inside the, like, copying from our container to this file. So before we start copying the actual data, we create a header for the data, for the records. Then we look through our record as usual. For enter is equals 0, I is less than student count, I plus plus. Then we'll start writing the head. Also, this is integer, so here will be percentage d. This is integer, so also put percentage d, and this is string. Pass or fail is string. So this is the code that will save anything that we have inside our our container to file. After doing everything, we are going to close the file and then write a message that student record student record exported. Let me say exported or saved. You can tell whatever successfully. So one, and here, as I said, this is the student, the name, but what about location? You can decide to leave the file in the location you install this your IDE, or you can go ahead and create a folder, copy the folder a location and paste it here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's say this my, and I will now create a folder called student records. I'll open the folder, copy the location, and then go back and paste it here. Why? What happened? Okay, I'm using window. So let's see if we can export our this. Let's add 3 or 4 records. Oh, another record, another 6,000 max 100. Let's add another one. And the mark is 100. Add another one. Another is 8,000. And mark is 400. Ho. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records. So let's option 6, save it and see. The student record exported successfully. So let's see. Now inside here, if we open it, voila, we have our student record. And let's say we open it with Word document. Yes, sharp. Or something happens, something wrong number. Yeah, our student exported successfully, but we have a minor error. Ah, 15s. But let me delete this. Uh, Let me delete this and add another record. I made a mistake, so student, let me delete this. I made a mistake while adding this to the record, so let me delete this 4. Yeah, so let me do that. Um, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records, so let's save it. Student record is sorted successfully. Then let's check here. Let's open it with Word. So we now have something is a little bit wrong here also. Something is wrong. Yes, 7, 7, 8, 8, 15, 15, 20, 20. So what happened? What happened? Why here? What is this S? Wrong number mark. Wrong numbers marks. Although what the hell is in the output here? Everything is okay. I understand what is it? S S S S S S S. Uh, the program is okay, but I just can't understand where this S comes from. Where? Let's see, from here, close. I do everything nice. 20, 20, 15, 15, 8, 8, 7, 7. from the output here, everything is online. Ah, guys, I beg, you should help me here. I can't see where this error comes from. So maybe when you are running your own, because here I can't see anything. So let's exit. So now our program, the only thing left. Which one is the only thing left step? Oh, this data now. Whenever we run the program, because now if you run the program now, it will not load that data automatically. If we start to view record, it will say no still record. So the next thing we are going to look at is how can we fetch this record automatically when we run our program. So we can run the program without adding any record and still fetch and be able to view the record. And then what remain? Sorting. It's like there's something like sort. Okay, calculating and sorting. So we only have this left only, and 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 this and the load studio record from text file. So these are the two things that are left for us: sorting and the loading. So see you later, guys. See you in our next class. Thank you very much.